Hi, this is Elvid Realty. Let me introduce Michelle, my home stager that has a proven track record of staging homes for 13 years, as well as a construction background. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Elle. How are you today? I'm so happy to be here.
Me too. I'm so happy. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Michelle, our topic today is should I do minor renovations before selling or stage the home instead to get top dollar? What are your thoughts on this?
Okay, my thoughts are always staging comes after doing minor repairs. The homeowner should always be addressing anything that needs to be addressed. So say there's a cracked window. We had a house recently with that. They should definitely phone and get a quote for that so that you as an agent would have something to negotiate with, that if the buyer says, well, I'm taking $5,000 off, well, no, we have a written quote here. We're actually moving forward with it. It just takes a little bit to get it installed, and it's only $2,000. So we take control of the negotiations in that way, in a positive way, and everyone looks professional when you do something like that.
Exactly. So, what are some of your suggestions?
Well, some of them would be typically it's the hardwood floors. Everybody, it's hard to live with hardwood floors. So if you have ones that are very, very marked up, which we recently had a home where the whole first floor was marked up from dogs and things. Well,
Wow.
if it's a dark, yeah, it wasn't good. And so they didn't want to replace the wood flooring, which of course is an expense. So we suggest two or three things so that the homeowner can pick and choose what they'd like to do. And then also on the agent side, you have something to work with that is a real number. So the first thing we do is we ask them, can you put a little bit of stain to match the dark wood floors on a rag and just rub it in all over where it is showing the bare wood? That will help.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, the floors are still scratched. I understand that. So what we do from there is, again, we get a quote. We get a quote for refinishing the floors, which is usually $2 to $3 per square foot, or we'll also get a quote for a new wood floor altogether. So that's a lot more money at that point. So we try to be prepared. This is how I prep your clients, your listing clients, to be ready for all those questions that a buyer is going to ask and try and lowball your offer, right? Because that's the whole idea. You're
Exactly.
trying, yeah, you want your agent to be prepared as much as possible with real numbers. So that's how you do it. And oh, just one other thing. If you have an oak floor, the old golden oak floors, you can actually use olive oil or Murphy's oil soap to put on the scratches, and you'd be surprised at how much better it looks right away, especially on stairs where there's lots of scuff marks and
Yeah.
things like that. Yeah.
Well, changing the
But,
floor is not just costly, it's lots of dust. I have done it and it's so hard. I know that.
oh, you've lived through it, then you know. And so
Exactly.
especially sanding down the floors and things. And if people have children and things like that, you have to be realistic about what they're going to do. Now, if the floors are really, really, really bad, well, then of course, yeah, you're going to think about putting in new floors at that point if the house is like 35 years old or something. But definitely you should look at all these different options, have that frank discussion with the homeowner. I start it, and then it's up to the homeowner to discuss with you, where's the price point of my home? Is it worth it to go with option A, B, or C? And usually, like, even using Murphy's oil soap on the floors, I've had homeowners say, well, I wish I had known that 10 years ago. So I make you look good because I get the homeowners on side because they're going, okay, they know what they're talking about, right? You're the professionals, right? So they're glad they hired you then at that
Plus,
point.
you have, a renovation background as well. So,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? So,
Yeah.
can you give us an example of this, Michelle?
Well, another thing you can do is lighting. A lot of people are thinking about, oh, I want to take that chandelier with me. So we always suggest, yes, please take it down. Do not let the buyers see your favorite chandelier, because then they're going to say, I want the house and I want that light fixture. So just preempt the objection altogether by replacing it. And I always have pictures of light fixtures that would be a good replacement, and they're at good pricing so that you can do it. If you even change the light bulbs out to daylight bulbs, sometimes that will help. I did a home recently. It was 1.5 million. We took the old shades off, the shades that go like that, like I call them the grandma look. We took the shades off and just left the light bulbs there, the chandelier light bulbs, and it looked fantastic. And the homeowner says, I hated those shades. I wish I had known this years ago
Oh.
because it immediately updates it. So these are little things that I can suggest to the homeowners. And I know as soon as I walk into a room, okay, we need to address this. So let's have this conversation with the homeowner. And I'm the person doing that kind of discussions with them. So it sort of relieves you of being the bad guy. I get to be the bad guy. I feel like
You're
a
awesome.
servant after
You
me.
always have a
Yeah,
good taste.
yeah, yeah.
Let's
So
say if they,
that's what I'm
yeah, let's say if they have tried and not having success, what should the homeowner do?
Mm. So sometimes you'll become that you're the listing agent where they've tried selling it with someone else and it just didn't sell. And so I will come in and I definitely say one of the first things they can do inexpensively, because they can do this one themselves, is paint. And if they paint in a light, bright color and an updated color for whatever the is popular in the marketplace right now where they are, then that is another great way that a homeowner can update their house quickly. And then after they've done all those things, then we stage. Okay. So we call paint, as you know, cash in a can. That's the single best thing you can do to get more money for your house and get it sold, is do that, because it makes it look bright and cheery. And with the new daylight bulbs you have in, even if you're keeping the old fixtures, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah. Is there another small renovation that buyers should consider?
Hmm. I always say you should always fix the walls. Sometimes living there, there's lots of dings and bangs and things like that. That's a small thing that can be fixed up. Other than that, it'll be small renovations. Sometimes people will do, like, say if they have 4 bathrooms and they're all very, very dated. Okay. There's 2 things we can do. We can pick the smallest bathroom and we renovate that bathroom. So if a homeowner is handy at all, they can renovate a bathroom for about $750 to make it look brand new. Okay. So that's a really minor renovation at that point. If they have to pay someone to do it, a powder room, it's going to be a few $1,000s, but because you have to pay the labor. But that's definitely one place where you can show a buyer, look, this is what this house could look like updated. So you give them a sneak peek, I like to call it, a trailer, like for a movie. You're just giving them a sneak peek.
Nice thing.
I like that. And then other than that, another small renovation could be just doing the curb appeal. So I would say, please put mulch in the gardens, please edge the gardens, please trim the trees. These are all things that are done very, very minimally for dollar value, but the investment is definitely well worth it.
I totally agree with you. And the last reno ideas, Michelle?
Other than that, I'd say definitely do any repairs. Like I did one house recently where they had a railing, a handrail, and the pickets going down 3 flights of stairs, and they were all wobbly. So my dad was a carpenter, and I know what he used to do. He used to put a screw on an angle, a 45-degree angle, from the post up into the rail, or the post down into the floor, so you didn't see it, and that would fix that. And so that's a very, very minor renovation, but it definitely secures that handrail, and then you don't have a home inspector going, needs new handrail and pickets and whatever. That costs, $5,000. So we're going to address it the simple way.
Oh, that's nice. Michelle, thank you for all great suggestions. And my buyer always appreciate your valuable advice. And just let us know what's your contact information if somebody want to use your services.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. My phone number is 416-928-2999. They can look at my website, which is advantagestaging.ca, and all my contact info is there. And other than that, it's Michelle at advantagestaging.ca. And of course, I'm on Instagram. If anybody's on there, they can look me up as the real go-to girl, because that's what my license plate says. Go-to girl.
Wow. So the same as your license plate. Very nice.
Yes,
Very
exactly.
nice. Michelle, thank you so much for accepting our invitation. We are looking forward to have another session. As I mentioned, you always provide valuable information to all of us.
Okay, very good. I'm very glad to help. And as I say, it allows me to get the listing client moving forward. I'm very good at motivating them, as you know.
Yes, I know you very well. I always use your services.
Yeah, thank you very much, Al.
Thank you. Have a good day and keep safe.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.